Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23 and it's now time for round 15 of our MotoGP career mode. It is time for Mandalika. We're here in the Indonesian GP and we will start from 11th place on the grid. I actually felt really good in the practicing and in the qualifying, but unfortunately wet qualifying meant that I will be starting from 11th place. But nonetheless, I'm going to give it my best shot. So ladies and gentlemen, let battle commence. So here we go then, on the 11th place on the grid. Can we get a good launch? We need it. Fingers crossed we can get it. Ooh, a little bit of a stutter there from Frankie Morbidelli. Not hot off the line like I expected, and neither am I. I'm dropping rapidly down the order from 11th all the way down to as low as 16th place, but now getting a bit of confidence into turn 1, leaning on Luca Marini to try and get me through in the early stage of this race. And now into the right hand side. AI a bit slow here in the first couple of corners. I'll take advantage of that if I can as we go into turn 3, up into 5th place. Wow, everyone's taking such a tight apex there. What is going on? The AI is so slow. I'll take it. No questions asked, and I'm going through. We're up to 2nd. 9 places gained already in this very, very short race here today. Because of course, don't forget, here in Mandalika the tyres are the track is very abrasive, so the tyres burn up extremely quickly. So in line with real MotoGP, the race is already well, not quite half distance, but like 75%. So my 50% of 75 equals 1 to 5 laps. So bear in mind, it's going to be a short sprint for the cash here in the wet. Hopefully against Enea Bastianini. It looks like we're actually staying with the beast as it stands, but I would imagine now that the AI do make small mistakes to start the races. It's not uncommon. We have seen it before in our MotoGP 23 career mode. So I think it's beginning to even itself out now. Bastianini's already through. Here comes Aleix Espargaro. Johan Zarco is desperate to go on the inside as well. I haven't got the turning like that in the wet conditions to get past, but wow, that wasn't quite what I was looking to do, but okay, that works for me. I was hoping he'd pick up the power there as we start to follow him in, but unfortunately, out of the final corner, to end lap 1, we are able... Ooh, Aleix Espargaro spinning up the rear. Maybe an opportunity will present itself for us to get a podium in the wet. To my knowledge, I don't think we've managed a single podium in the wet conditions, so this could be something special here in Mandalika. Zarco off the track momentarily. I guess the shorter lap times here will help us significantly. Bear in mind, the way the tyres work in this track is the equivalent of a full Grand Prix. So as I usually choose 50% races, the tyres will degrade at 50% of the race, of course. So as it looks, we're actually in a good spot here to potentially stay on the podium. Here comes Marc Marquez now, zig around the outside into turn 8. Not able to do it. We close the door going into the 8th corner, but now into turn 9 and now into turn 10, hard on the brakes. Do we still have the advantage? We do. Look at Enea Bastianini. He's already 4 seconds up the road. Not quite 4, but it's preemptive speaking. He will get 4 seconds any moment now. But into the left-hand side, this is where Alvaro Bautista crashed last season in World Superbike, of course. And we are just able to hold the AI off at the moment. It won't happen for much longer, because I guarantee this straight here is where they're going to just take advantage. With this track being a very one-line circuit, we're able to just hold them off as much as we can, but now, as the floodgates are opening, riders will come through. Zarco's already made mincemeat from us, so the Prima Prama Ducati, look at that exit speed. He's going to be even quicker coming out of turn 17 now as well, isn't he? Onto the power. Doesn't matter if we use power standing 3 or not, we're not catching him up. Here comes Marquez as well, he's passed now on the RC213V. Back on the brakes. Holding firm, but that's deep. I fear that could have given... Yeah, now that he's through, just watch to see how much the AI will just completely destroy us. It's so difficult to beat the AI in these wet conditions. As I thought about it, I will confess I did think about dropping down the tyre wear. I did think about dropping the difficulty. Look at... Oh, Miguel Oliveira's punting me off the track now. But I'm still sticking to it, and I do fear now that this World Championship is going away from us. I'm 41 point... Ooh, don't downshift there. Oh, I'm off the circuit. That's a track limit warning again. Oh, and right on time there. Perfect coincidence there to take a look at the championship standings. I'm almost 100 points behind Enea Bastianini. So this season's fight for the top prize is unfortunately dwindling. It's not going to happen, is it? We're going to have to change our perspective now. We fought Alicia Spargo for for 6th place, 5th place in Motegi last time out. And now, unfortunately, it's going to be a fight for 3rd in the World Championship. I really wanted to go for the whole marbles and cash, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. And my podium also doesn't look like it's going to happen either. Marquez is now through. I can't get the bike to move like he can with the Honda. This is not going as planned, but to be fair, actually, I think it's even gone in better. What a beautiful move from Miguel Oliveira, by the way. That was clean. But to finish in the top 5 in a sprint wet session, I think I'm happy with that. I can't be too mad. Oh, Miguel Oliveira, he's kicking up the rear as well. I think they're applying the ride height device extremely early. That's why they're having that issue. The rear tyre is dropping down while the back of the bike is putting all that force and pressure onto the rear tyre, and it's just causing it to spin. Here comes Bezzecchi now. He's going up on the inside, or is he? Oh, brave around the outside into turn 2, but beautifully done from Bez to go the long way round. I might still have him in. Oh, look, no. Look at that. The GP22 absolutely annihilated us there. Clean as you like from the Desmodronic beast. 10th of a second behind us, though. He's still actually holding on to the position. They do seem to struggle a little bit in that first split, and then everything else seems to sort of even itself out, and then they're absolutely fine. The extreme difficulty, as always, giving us the run for our money. But I will confess, this has not been a bad result. I do believe I won here in the wet in Moto 2. I think that was actually a comfortable victory, if I remember rightly. So it does seem that AI aren't particularly strong here in Mandalika, so that gives me an incredible amount of momentum and motivation to know if the race is dry, we should be good. If it's wet, we'll have to probably change our hopes and aspirations, but for now, I'm quite hopeful that we'll do alright. Alicia Spargo probably will have the inside line now, does he? The RSGP will be coming through. It seems like it, but we're still fighting. Look at the championship points difference there. 7 points would be behind if it stayed as it is. Bear in mind, it's only a single point difference between him getting, which is now 4th place, to me getting 5th place and back on the inside. We are fighting for those positions. Lap time's not too bad. Not amazing, of course they aren't, but not that bad, I guess. Alicia Spargo thought he was going to crash them for a moment. But compared to our lap time in qualifying, we're nowhere near. I'm about a second off. I think I did a 1:38.4, as you can see at the beginning of the video. So we are miles off the pace. A little bit fortunate in the wet conditions for the qualifying. It was a bit dry at the beginning. And then it went really, really, really rainy. The rain flew out, and then that was it. Well, it didn't look too bad to start off with, so I had some decent pace. But in the full wet conditions, double soft tyres, best we can hope for right now is a 139.3 rather than the 138. So Alicia Spargo is still pushing to take our 4th position. Miguel Oliveira is now stepping up to the OC. Can he decide to beat us for 4th? Gotta say though, 4th place in the wet, that's good. I'll take advantage of the AI struggling for the first split. That has helped us a lot. It's only just caught to my attention now that Pecco Bagnaia is nowhere in the top 8. Look at that move from Oliveira. Gotta give credit where credit is due. That was a stupendous move from the Portuguese rider. Now we go into the right-hander. Oh, I can't seem to turn in. I'm only using a bit of brake. The front end was really feeling uncomfortable there. Unfortunately, I've just lost big points. And there is Pecco Bagnaia. He's going to take more points away from me. Is he? Oh, not quite. Oh, slipping. Oh, absolutely punted. Joan Mir. He's going to lose 8th, I think he is. Unfortunately for him, but across the line, we did lose 2 or 3 points to Alicia Spargo. But yeah, a very quick sprint race here in Mandalika. So Enea Bastianini, no surprise there, winning again here in Mandalika. 1:36.3 for him, 2 seconds faster than the rest of us right now. Well, in fact, 3 seconds faster than me. Jesus H. That was too scary. And there it is. Championship standings, we're almost 100 points behind Enea Bastianini. Pecco Bagnaia, 50 points behind. Alicia Spargo, 82. Yeah, I think championship's done and dusted, I'm afraid. But never say never for the race. We might be able to do something. Let's find out. Well, I can say I am overjoyed that it's a dry race here in Mandalika. Maybe now we have a chance of getting some decent results. 11th place from us off the grid. We start, but as always, the AI are just far superior on the start. Look at that, all the way down to 17th. That was a worse start than we had in the sprint, and I didn't even spin up the rear. Crazy. But a much better start going into turn 1. Very late on the brakes as we now dive up the inside of Johan Zarco. He has the inside line. Hopefully, oh, the AI weird glitch thing that happens. I hate it when that happens with the bike just goes sideways for no reason. And there, the AI are not struggling compared to like they did in the sprint. Although, Jack was very late there into the corner. Going for that wider apex meant it cost him a significant amount of time. Joan Mir's ahead of us. We might be able to get through here. Oh, he's going to be close. That's the second time I bumped Joan Mir in 2 laps, and now onto the brakes. Right into the rear of the Repsol Honda there as Marquez is getting shoved into the right-hander for turn 10. Onto the power and onto the right-hander then. How are we able to close in on Marc Marquez? This could be a wonderful overtake if it happens. Oh, it's not going to happen. The setup was slightly wrong for us to get through there into turn 11. Now into the left-hand side. Can we back it in against Marquez and get through into the final couple of corners? And here Bastianini has, in fact, pulled the pin already, so I think that might be the race gone. But for me, if I can finish in second, that just reduces the gap down to Aleix. In fact, with that would put us actually in 3rd place in the championship, and it would reduce the gap to Pecco Bagnaia for 2nd place. Oh, that's a track limit warning. That was way too eager. Yes, Marquez, you're absolutely right. I know you caught a good glimpse of that. You've definitely seen the problem of my final corner there. Anyway, back to the action. And of course, guys, if you're watching and you're enjoying, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help out the channel. So into the right-hander then. If the AI struggle here into sector 1 like they did in the wet, they might be able to get through on Marc Marquez. Very wide apex there for Marc. Puts him in bad stead though for the right-hander here, because exactly what I was going to say. You're on the wrong side of the track to then make that corner. That has given us a huge boost of momentum to get it past Marc Marquez, and in fact, we've just cut the lead down to Bastianini by, what, half a second? That is rapid pace in here in Mandalika. And I know what you're probably thinking. You've probably caught a glimpse of that somewhat warm rear tyre. Yes, I did take a gamble with a soft rear. It made sense to me to just go for it. The tracks, well, the way the soft option works, it's hard to explain this, but because every other race that we do is 50% of the race distance, it will still deteriorate at 50% of the race. However, here in Mandalika, the race is actually a shorter race, but it still treats the tyre wear as if it was 50% of a full Grand Prix, meaning 20 plus laps rather than just 15. So with that in mind, the soft option rear made sense to me to give it a try, and you know what? It has tremendous grip. Tried the medium rear and I absolutely hated it. That's a common theme now with my recent videos. The medium rear doesn't seem to work for me. That's why I took that chance in Sepang in our MotoGP Ace Academy Cup, as I accidentally pressed the downshift one too many times there. That wasn't an intentional downshift to first. Just a bit eager to try and get up to Bastianini. The gap has actually gone back up to 1.5, but we did set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Can't even remember the last time we did that. And Bastianini's deep again. Is this opening an opportunity for us to attack the beast? The gap is, what, 6-7 tenths? Onto the left-hand side, there's a tremendous amount of grip with that rear tyre, and I think that's helping us significantly. Onto the brakes. We are closing in. We haven't been this close in a while. It's been a good couple of Grand Prix, probably since Bud, when I absolutely clattered into him. Well, I guess that was a bit both of us bumping into each other, but the end result was that Bastianini acquired no points for the Grand Prix of the Indian GP. So into the left-hander then. A little bit deep there. If only I got that right there, we wouldn't have lost extra time. Still a decent pace, so it could be another 128 high. Not a bad lap time here in Mandalika, to be honest, especially for career modes concerned. You might be comparing this with a fully upgraded time trial version of KTM, and I can tell you now, you'll destroy me with that version of the bike, but the career mode bike is suffering a lot, and I tell you who's suffering, Joan Mir. He's just crashed now into the second lap, or third lap should I say, of the Mandalika GP, the Indian GP. Gap's gone back up to 1.1, so you can see where the AI just evens itself out. Terrible in the first split, but tremendous everywhere else. Really pushing now, though, up by 3/10 in the first split. Bastianini's going to make that mistake again, isn't he? Not quite as egregious as it was on the previous lap. Still keeps us in it. And we are closing in. We got the gap to oh, just cut the apex again. Have to be careful of that. Don't want to take a long lap penalty here. I'll tell you what, we are closing in though. 3/10 is the difference. Brake here at the white line. Get the bike stopped. We are closing in. We're a tenth quicker than we were previously on this lap. On the previous lap, we were right there with him, but there was a 4.5 tenths of a second gap. This time it was 3.5. Every lap, we just got to make sure we don't make mistakes. Brake here at the white line, bit deep. Not bad. Should have braked a bit earlier though. That's why that white line's there though. It helps a lot to remember to brake. Of course, a track with not very clear braking markers. Certainly has them, but just not very clear on where to do your business in the terms of braking. Quite late in the right-hander there. Look how warm that front hard option tyre's gone. Tried the soft option frontier for the qualifying and and for the practice, should I say, and it felt all right, but wow, it disintegrated pretty quickly, let me tell you. But another 1:28 lap time there, 1:28.8, so you can't fault the effort. Still pushing here on lap number 4. Gap is more or less the same as what it was though. The gap to Marquez, however, oh, and I've cut the apex again. You can see how much we're pushing now. Just on the limits. I thought, in fact, I might be wrong here, but I could have swore Joan Mir crashed earlier on. Am I mistaken and that was my teammate Jack Miller again? Surely not. I mean, how many times are going to crash the season? But back to that later on, because look how much we're closing in now. Brake at that white line again. Oh, we're closing it rapidly. Oh, it's a bit too quick though. No. Oh, we were close as anything there. I was on the limit to try and catch up to the beast, and unfortunately, that has just cost us. Half a second is what we lost there. That means that gap will go to 2 seconds by the conclusion of lap number 4. Lap 5, should I say. Oh, I can't believe that. It's unbelievable, isn't it? The extreme difficulty for the rest of the AI here doesn't seem too bad. But the 120% difficulty AI of Bastianini, he's just on another level, isn't he? If only he hadn't gone absolutely mental and decided to go crazy in these past couple of laps and past couple of races, we could have had a genuine chance to fight for the World Championship. But he's just not even close to the competition. He's head and shoulders above the rest. It's Valentino Rossi 2003 level. It's Marc Marquez 2019 level. It's just unbelievable. Lorenzo 2012 as well. Chuck that one in there for the record book. Oh, he's made a mistake though. He has made a mistake. Is he going to give us one more opportunity to catch back up to him? Can we finally beat the beast? I don't even remember the last time we beat the beast. That's a great apex into turn 10. Oh, caught on the curb ever so slightly though. Losing a 1/10.5 just for touching that curb is a huge gut punch. We're not going to catch him, are we? Ah, the effort that's going in here. I'm pushing beyond limits here. The soft option rear is disintegrating fast now. I think it's giving up. If only we could have just got ahead of him. If you get ahead of the AI in this track, I mentioned it earlier, it's a one line in majority of the circuit. We probably could have just held on. Oh, and I'm off the circuit again. I can't get him. I want another good lap here, but it's not going to be enough. Across the line, it's a 1:29.3. Lap times have deviated by no more than 0.5 of a second. He's got the better of me. I can't believe it. I gave it everything. I really did. Good news though, we are pulling points back against Pecco. Unfortunately, we will lose the objective in this race here today. But, you know what? We have clawed back some good points, and maybe second place of the championship is not over yet. If Pecco continues to fight only for 8th and 9th respectively, then maybe we do have a chance for second place. Bridesmaid is not in the worst position to finish, is it? On the brakes again. As you can see, we are closing in, but it's not enough now. The soft option's beginning to really lose its grip. The temperature in that rear tyre is a little bit warm, to say the least. Might as well be on the Galapagos Island with those rear tyres. Look at the state of that. It's just fuming. It's absolutely roasting on that rear tyre right now. Not bad on the right-hand side, so I do assume that this is a asymmetric tyre, meaning that one side will be harder compound than the other. I actually didn't look to see if it was, and unfortunately, track limit warning coming in there on lap number 7. One more time, and that's a penalty for me. That will definitely end our chances of winning this Grand Prix, which I think is pretty much already gone. Oh, that's a shocking lap time. 1 second slower. That's it. It's game over, dude. It's game over, people. Just give it a break. We're not going to get there, are we? What an effort. This whole championship. I mean, we're only on round 15. There's still 5 rounds to go. Or 4 rounds, should I say. No, 5. Apologies. I was counting again. It's definitely 5. But yeah, it's been a whole effort this season. If we didn't have races like Termas de Rio Hondo, we didn't have races like the Sachsenring and all them wet weather races, we could have honestly been looking at some really decent positions here. Not convinced we'd be ahead of Bastianini, but we would be close. Decisions will have to be made for the next season. I am strongly believing that we reduce the difficulty for the Sachsenring and Termas just to at least make us finish in the points. Even if we're just fighting for 10th, 15th. Just enough to make it fun. Because they're just too good in that track. And unfortunately for that corner, I'm terrible at that corner because apparently I've cut the track again. That's another long lap penalty. Now we need to tackle it. In fact, I've never done the long lap penalty here in this circuit. So this will be an experience. And here Bastianini will be breathing a sigh of relief, but to be honest, I don't even think he's looking at his pit board. Does he need to? He's so comfortably ahead of the competition that I don't think he cares. Doesn't matter to the soon-to-be MotoGP World Champion. It's hard to bet against him in real-life MotoGP as well, because Bastianini, of course, a fully healthy, fully competitive beast. There's certainly nothing to scoff at. So here we go then, into the long lap penalty. I have no idea how to tackle this one. It's not very painted very well, but that'll do. We lost 2.7 on that penalty. So that made sense. That was a wise move to do the penalty. Gap to the beast is now almost 5 seconds. He's on another level. We simply cannot compete. Going on to the brakes, and this has been a short but exhausting race. Pushing on the limit for every single lap. I'd say it really went wrong on lap 5 when I made that mistake. I think the momentum, the motivation, the belief had gone after that moment. After then, the inhibitions were coming in about maybe ruining this race and losing 20 valuable championship points. I would say otherwise, this finish, it's been a great weekend for us. 11th place on the grid is never a good start to start from, but to be honest, it was not a bad effort. Finished in the top 6 for the sprint, and now we're looking at gaining 20 points. That would put us, just as you can see on screen, 30 points behind Pecco Bagnaia. And very interesting to see. We are dead heat, locked on points with Aleix for 3rd place. Of course, we have had more victories than Aleix, so that would give us the edge if the championship were to end now. But of course, still plenty of rounds to go. Quite excited for Phillip Island. That is the next Grand Prix. Very positive for Phillip Island because we had a great race there against Fabio. But more importantly, recently we had the Ace Academy Cup. And I felt really good in Phillip Island, and that was with using the GP22, which a bike I'm not particularly confident with. Here with the KTM, the career mode KTM, I think we'll do pretty well for that one. So definitely get subscribed and definitely make sure you're there to watch round 16 of the DrAce MotoGP 23 career mode. I'm going to give it everything for that one. But to end this one, Bastianini again. I'm going to sound like an absolute Bastianini fanboy at the end of this one, because all I've got is nothing but praise for the 120% difficulty AI. Look at us struggling to turn it in now into turn 13. There's nothing left on the left-hand side of that rear tyre. In fact, Marquez is actually closing in now. Amazing how just one rider is just so overpowered compared to the rest. Absolutely unbelievable. Quick look behind us then. Marquez is closing. We've had a shocking lap time, but doesn't matter now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beast will win, but we do take 20 valuable championship points in second. So there we are then, guys and girls. There is the confirmation on screen. Bastianini, the fastest man on track. We did have the fastest lap on track, but somehow we've just lost it right at the end there to Fabio with a 1:28.2, who finished in 14th place. And it was Jack Miller who crashed out, so that's again ruining our chances of being anywhere near the team's championship. Nice one, Jack. He's actually now almost 100 points behind me. So there is Bastianini leading the way. 67 points ahead of Pecco, 97 ahead of me, and Aleix Espargaro on board the Aprilia. So ladies and gentlemen, I will leave you now with the Constructors and the Teams Championship, and I will see you in the next video. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you tomorrow for more content. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.